Welcome to another episode of Soul's Podcast. I hope that you're having a great day wherever you are. Here, we learn together to heal, to free our souls from all burdens of the past, and to cultivate more self-love. In the last episode, we talked about abundance and discussed some methods to be able to see the full picture of wealth aside from the financial abundance which is being promoted by social media one-dimensionally. We also learned how to tap into them for a happier life with more satisfaction and a deeper level of joy. Today, we want to dive deeper and discuss about real happiness. And we want to answer the following question. If financial wealth is only one thread in the fabric of a genuinely abundant life, what are the other threads? Psychology, specifically positive psychology research, points to several dimensions of well-being, which matter far more to life satisfaction than income alone, of course, once basic needs are met. You can read more about PERMA model developed by Martin Seligman if you're interested to learn more about this. Real abundance certainly includes relational abundance. There's certainly a link between quality relationships and life satisfaction. Decades of longitudinal research, including the famous Harvard study of adult development, which has tracked participants for over 80 years, point to the strengths of close relationships as one of the single strongest predictors of long-term happiness, even stronger than income, fame, or achievement. A life full of trust, laughter, deep conversations, and people who would show up for you at 2 a.m. is a genuinely abundant life, with or without a large bank account. Nothing can replace being surrounded by people who love you and accept you for who you are. People who have glitters in eyes whenever they meet you and always welcome you with a big smile. Relationships where you feel safe to show authentically and secure to grow and expand freely. Relationships which support you in all ups and downs of your life, where you don't need to wear a mask or hide the vulnerable parts of you like you do at work or on social media. Well, that is certainly a sort of abundance that money cannot buy. Belonging and feeling genuinely seen, accepted, and part of something, a family, a friend group, a community, a tradition, meets one of the most fundamental human needs, as we already covered in previous episodes, entirely independent of net worth. Although the corporate world or social media constantly try to fool us to believe that work environments or online communities are like a second family, or can replace real face-to-face deep human connections, it can never replace genuine close relationships, regardless of other benefits those atmospheres provide for connection and growth. Especially in AI age, human beings will certainly feel even a stronger craving for real human contact and deep connections. Remember that those environments belong to capitalism ecosystem. They will always prioritize profits over people and individuals' success. Capitalism functions as an egocentric ecosystem, prioritizing their own profit, endless growth, competitive accumulation over the holistic balance of the collective and the natural world. It treats the rest of the collective merely as external resources to exploit it to gain more profit, and that sadly includes you and me too. Real abundance certainly means also time abundance and freedom. Perhaps one of the most undermarketed forms of wealth is unclaimed time. Hours in a day that belong entirely to you, not to an employer, a notification, or an obligation. Time abundance means slow mornings, being able to linger over a morning coffee, take a walk without checking your phone, spend a day or two offline, or say yes to a spontaneous afternoon with someone you love. Many people with significant financial wealth have almost none of this kind of freedom anymore, while many people with modest financial resources have quite a lot of access to this kind of deep abundance. Time is gold, so when you look for your next job, pay attention that you are negotiating your time, and with that, your freedom for a price. It is not only about an income. Well, It can maybe buy you some financial security, although I believe this is also oversold, as we just discussed. As soon as you become a threat to their profit, any company will replace you as soon as possible. So please don't fall into this trap created by the limited ego. However, you're still trading your freedom and your power to secure this time-bound temporary safety, which might collapse at any point, especially if your employer and the company you work for is only directed by limited egoistic wisdom to navigate through life changes, which is obviously doomed to fail, especially during the economic volatility of AI era. The question you need to ask yourself is, what does my time and freedom mean to me, and what is it worth? It helps to discover your core values, and before any major life decision, job change, a purchase, a move, explicitly name which of your top values it serves, rather than defaulting to, will this make me more money or make me look more successful? So far, we discussed few other factors that contribute to human well-being beside financial abundance. But what other factors might also play a role in human flourishing? This we discussed after the break. Peace of mind and a body that isn't in survival mode or in chronic fight or flight is a genuine, often invisible form of wealth as well. The ability to fall asleep without a racing mind, to sit in silence without needing distraction, to feel safe in your own skin is something no amount of money reliably buys, and something many wealthy people still struggle profoundly to access. As mentioned already a few times in previous episodes, many of us, or better to say our inner manager parts, use work and obligations as denial method to keep us so busy that we don't have time to sit quietly and become creative. This is a survival technique used by your mind, the ego, to contain you and keep you safe in the comfort zone and prevent change. Ego doesn't like change, and let's be honest, your growth and expansion, though positive, is still change and therefore disliked by your ego. Survival is the main agenda of ego, but in order to achieve deep inner peace, you need to be present, follow your inner compass, your intuition, and what is aligned to your values. The problem is, none of this is the agenda of ego. On the contrary, ego is part of the 3D, 4D matrix and therefore time-bound, meaning your inner manager and firefighter parts will constantly distract you from your life purpose and thriving by moving back and forth between past and the future, simply because they found it unsafe for you to break out of your limited comfort zone. This oscillation will cost you your peace and cause you a lot of anxiety. It also takes away your joy and gratitude, since it is necessary to be present to be able to appreciate and enjoy your current blessings. It's worth mentioning at this point that positive feelings such as love, gratitude, joy, and hope are also one of the 5 pillars of happiness based on the PERMA model. As mentioned, meaning and purpose also contribute greatly to the real abundance in your life. Feeling that your daily actions connect to something larger than personal gain, whether that is raising a child with care, creating something genuine and unique, helping someone heal, or contributing to a community. Meaning an act of service, discovering your gifts and sharing them with the world, is repeatedly linked to deep life satisfaction in psychological research on well-being. By Viktor Frankl in logotherapy as primarily human motivational force, and also in Seligman's PERMA model, meaning is known to be one of the essential pillars of happiness and life satisfaction, entirely separate from financial accomplishment. Engagement, deep state of flow, and the joy of creativity word is also another type of meaningful abundance. Being able to simply express your talents, share them with the world, and create more beauty is success. The freedom to make something, whether it is art, food, a garden, a piece of writing, a song, a podcast episode, purely because it is satisfying to make, without needing it to be monetized or validated, is a form of richness that gets almost no attention in mainstream success content, yet is deeply linked to flow states and genuine fulfillment in life. Last but not least, let's take a moment and appreciate how much health and embodiment actually contribute to our life satisfaction, and what a huge source of abundance it is to have a healthy body that moves without pain, sleeps restfully, and simply feels good to live inside in this 3D matrix on ours. A healthy body is also a type of wealth that is easy to take for granted until it is disrupted by illness. Certainly one that no financial abundance can fully substitute for once it's lost. Therefore, it is vital to look after your health. Exercise regularly. Keep the mind-body balance by mindfulness methods that can help you stay in the present moment. So remember to move, eat healthy food, get enough sleep, and stay hydrated, and to ground yourself daily in nature. I hope listening to this episode has helped you to reach a balanced perspective on abundance and what real wealth is. Although it is obvious that material wealth and achievements play a big role and can bring happiness and a sense of fulfillment to your life, the Karma model also emphasizes this is only one factor which contributes to human well-being and success. Now that we discovered other factors which can affect human flourishing aside from the 5 core building blocks mentioned in Perma model, namely positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and achievement, I highly recommend that you take some time today to reflect on what abundance means to you in life, and what other factors of abundance you might have noticed that was not covered in the episode today. Please go ahead and share your ideas in the comments. Everything you need to embark on your growth journey is already within you. Growth and sustainable change demand a shift in identity, rewiring your negative limiting core beliefs, and discovering your true life purpose. There is currently a gap between your current identity and the identity who lives your desired life. As a coach, I'm honored to help my clients to reflect, dive deep within, and access their inner source of guidance, which helps them bridge this identity gap and manifest their dream life. If you currently feel stuck or lost in your life situation, lack joy and meaning, or struggle with anxiety, I can help you break free from old patterns and the limitations of the ego to find your true passion, manifest your dream life, and get where you deserve to be. Check the link in the description to book your first coaching call with me today. Thank you for being here with me today on another episode of Soul's Podcast. If you wish to learn more about this, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more episodes and videos like this. I send you much love and light wherever you are. Your co-traveler and guide, Sareh. See you next time.